I'm not responsible for the version of me you created in your mind. Hello everyone, I'm Taylor Bambico. I'm a self-published author of young adult urban fantasy, adult thriller, and erotica, and for the second installment of Simple Anonymous Reviews, I'm going to be going over Satoshi Kon's movie, Perfect Blue. Just gonna give you a heads up, there is going to be spoilers throughout this video, but with that being said, let's get started. So I only heard about this movie a few months ago, and people were saying how it's very relevant to today's social media presence, and I'm thinking, okay, well, since I'm doing this, I should probably watch it and review it and give my 2 cents regarding the movie. I'm not a huge fan of anime. I mean, there's a few series I like. I want to get more involved with it eventually, and I figured, well, why not do this one? I mean, the only real anime series, I mean, they're all real, but the only anime series I've really gone in depth with before was Gunsmith Cats, and I've also done some more in-depth reading, or not reading, but viewing of Princess Mononoke, and I think 1 or 2 others, but I don't do anime as much, but I figured, okay, this one seems interesting, let's give it a shot, and I was far from disappointed. I will have to watch it a few more times to fully grasp the movie. The film's plot revolves around a former pop star turned actress by the name of Mima, who begins to lose herself as both the perception of her image changes from the role she undertakes and pressure brought on by family, fans, and her employers. And she just begins to enter a relatively dark place. She can't even tell the difference between what's real and what's not. Very interesting concept, really. And honestly, I mean, I think I've seen something like this before, I just don't remember where. For instance, she transitions from the innocent pop star to where in the soap opera she's starring in, there's a scene where she is gang raped.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And that really does take a toll on her. While she did agree to doing this scene, she later states in private that she didn't want to. The only reason was she didn't want to upset her employers. Fast forward a bit more, and now she's doing a bit more provocative modeling, which takes an even greater toll on her, which is contrasted between what the world would see versus what Mima is actually experiencing privately. Now, there is much more to the plot, however, I'm just going to leave it at that. I will have to watch it a few more times to fully appreciate the story. In fact, this and only one other movie so far anyway, Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket, is a movie where the first time you watch, it's like, what did I just see? And that was amazing, I gotta watch it again. It's something you have to watch numerous times to really grasp what's going on, and which, honestly, if every movie was like that, well, if every movie was like that, it probably wouldn't be as good. But it really does make you think, and personally, I do enjoy movies which do require more than one viewing. Perfect Blue is considered a relatively terrifying film considering the time we live in with the social media presence and everyone putting themselves out there for others to view. Some other reviews I found, the individuals in these videos were saying how it's a little bit scary having an online presence having watched this film. While I understand where these individuals are coming from, they should understand just as much as I do that there's always going to be someone watching you so long as you're uploading content to YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, wherever you're putting out your content, there's always going to be someone watching. As a wise man once said, there are some people who are just wired wrong, which is unfortunate, but that is reality, which some people cannot differentiate nor want to accept as portrayed in this film. There are accounts of individuals who have constructed what they think is real in their mind as what their idol may portray. However, when reality hits their fantasy and it seems to contradict that, they can't seem to process this. Originally, this was going to be a live-action film, but there was a massive earthquake in Japan at the time, so they decided to cut the budget in half, if I remember correctly, and made it an anime instead. And I wonder if this would have been as good had it been live-action, because with the anime, it was much more, as you could say, kind of in tune with how the theme of being an avatar has been brought up in a lot of the reviews I've been watching about this. Your online presence and persona. And with it being an anime, I think that really does drive home the narrative of the difference between how you perceive yourself versus how a fan might perceive you. I mean, what they see versus what you're going through, 2 very different things. And when it doesn't meet the expectation, it might drive them insane, as you see in this film with this one fan. There's a quote that resonates with this film and the perception a fan might have of their idol that all creators should remember. And that would be, I'm not responsible for the version of me you created in your mind. Simply put, chances are how you imagine someone based off the information you can consume that's available to the public and what's real don't align. Watching this movie, there's a part that reminded me of an individual who, I won't say their name because they deserve no recognition, who had an obsession with the actress Jodie Foster. And that all stemmed from the movie Taxi Driver because of the role Jodie Foster played in that movie. and if I remember correctly, it was because he wanted to impress her, which led to the assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan. It also turns out around the time that Perfect Blue was under development, there was an incident that was avoided involving the Icelandic singer Björk. YouTuber Super Eyepatch Wolf did a great explanation on that, and I'll just link that in the description below for everyone. But the themes found in Perfect Blue appear in other works as well. And a notable example of this would be Stephen King's Misery, which is about, and I'm paraphrasing here, which he said in an interview, the cost of fame. While not exact, I drew parallels between the two films and how far one might go as their #1 fan. However, on a lighter note, never let fear of criticism or reality hold you back from presenting your creations to the world. Whether that be in the form of singing, drawing, playing an instrument, or like myself, writing, there's always going to be someone who is going to take pride in what you do and want to see more of that. Something I always tell new writers, and this applies to all creative individuals, is enjoy the ride, and that requires no explanation. Well, that includes the second entry of my simple and honest reviews, even though this wasn't really a simple review, it's more of kind of an honest review and my take on it. I mean, this is going to be a much longer video. I was going to try and keep these shorter, but I don't mind. I knew in time there was going to be some of these which would be longer. I didn't expect the second one to be this long, but it was. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Click that bell icon so you're notified when I upload new content. Leave any comments you have in the section below, and have a good day. See ya!